I am your host, Greg Chatmendy, along with my luxurious, long locks flowing co-host, Gavin Mo Drizzle.
Have you seen my hair?
No, I'm talking about the mustache.
I have a mustache. Okay. I don't have that anymore. That's true.
Yeah, but when it was there, damn! You look like you're about to get banned from a school zone.
Okay.
First 30 seconds in and we're on a heater.
Great start.
Alright, Gavin, Bills, Jets, or Bucks football team line? I think I'm not giving you a choice. You're taking Bucks football team line. Bills, Jets. You see, Bills beat Jets, which is normal. Mike White got benched. That was the Jets' first mistake. People think the old Bills are back. They beat the Jets. Congratulations, you lost to the Jags, and then you beat the Jets. Good for you.
Hey, that's 500. We take those.
Like what the? You're not the best team in the AFC again just because you beat the Jets. Like I know the Titans didn't beat the Jets, but their entire team was injured. You lost healthy against the Jags. That's like how the Bengals lost healthy against an unhealthy Jets.
Are you trying to do a segue? Like the Bengals went by. You weren't doing a segue.
Yeah, because the only players that need like segues, I guess they probably need wheelchairs because it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You're all like 40 there. Yeah, now that is the football team because, you know, my least favorite tackle in the league decided to injure Chase Young.
I agree. No one likes Donovan Smith.
He's bad and he tore Chase Young's ACL. I know it wasn't really his fault, but like...
Something that happens through contact. 100%.
Exactly, but he was there. He was on my screen when it happened.
Right.
Therefore, meaning it's his fault. What do you have to say, Gavin?
Good job. We lost Taylor Heineke. He could only play good against our defense. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe Todd. I don't know.
Maybe Taylor Heineke's like dating Todd Bowles' daughter or something.
Yeah. They're throwing.
It's like Taylor Heineke in the wild card game last year looked like an elite quarterback. And then in this game, he looked like the Taylor Heineke, like the good gunslinger that was really rocking it. And then Tom Brady looked like Taylor Heineke every other week this season.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is starting to concern me. He's looking like 2019 Brady. Just kind of throwing the ball. And you can't blame receiver talent this time. You'd be like, yeah, he's missing Antonio Brown and Rob Gronkowski. Well, he still has Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
I mean, Godwin has been underperforming, but like Evans has like 9 touchdowns.
That's because like Brady doesn't target him. Like he catches most of his targets, but Brady refuses to target Godwin.
Can we get Leonard Fournette off the field, please?
No, Ronald Jones gets to ride the bench, and I mean ride the bench, unless he's injured. I don't know.
No, he's not. He's not. Made sure of it multiple times.
Speaking of a team that you'd think be injured, but they just suck, it's the Falcons.
Well, they are injured. They're without Cordell Patterson.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah, so I'm going to just double the Falcons here. So they got blown against the Cowboys. And then they went on Thursday night and got slaughtered by the Patriots.
5-0.
Congrats to the Falcons, though. Three different quarterbacks throwing a pick in 10 minutes. That sounds like a Greg stat line there from Falcons franchise. Let's bring in a new one, throw another pick. Bring in a new one, another pick. All right, back to Matt Ryan. Like, literally the only difference between the Falcons franchise and the actual franchise is that Josh Rosen played well for me and didn't throw a pick 6 immediately.
Yeah. You know, he did better than Felipe Franks.
Felipe Franks is just like a stereotypical, I'm gonna go play tight end now player. You know?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying though? Speaking of tight end, Jeff Driscoll, but the Broncos aren't gonna be. I just wanted to mention that. Yeah, they got slaughtered by the Cowboys. It wasn't even close. Their offense is terrible without Cordell Patterson. Like, it's atrocious. I have a list, but now, sorry.
Alright. What's the next game I get to cover?
I'm gonna cover this one too. It's the Saints and the Titans.
I watched that game. That was way too close.
Now, both sides probably have some arguments here. Saints fans will claim they only lost because of a bad PI call. Or not bad roughing call. Which, by the way, people are saying was, like, more egregiously bad than it really was. Like, people are acting like the nameplate is, like...
was much worse than that.
Yeah. People are acting like the nameplate is nowhere near the back of the head. Which is, like, getting hit in the, like, on the field, it's reasonable to assume it's not a good call. I'm not saying it's a good call. But I'm saying people are acting like, bro, that's so bad. That is such a bad call. It's like, it's not even close. The nameplate is literally, like, top of the back. Like, duh. But the Titans couldn't play offense. They're one who had the best average yards per carry. It was, hold on, what's his name? I don't even remember his name. Devontae Foreman, who had 2.7 yards per carry. That was the best one. Jeremy McNichols had 2.1, and Adrian Peterson had 1.8. So some real stud running backs we got going on right now. I miss Derrick Henry.
I mean, the Saints have had one of the better run defenses over, like, the past, like, 20 years. But...
3 players on the Titans have more sacks than the entire team did last year. In Danico Autry with 5, Jeffrey Sims with 7, and Harold Landry with 10. Please re-sign Harold Landry, for Christ's sake. Don't, please. Just do it. Don't let him go. Just re-sign him. Titans won. And they beat another playoff team that makes them, I believe, 7-0 on the year against last year playoff teams.
Yeah.
So they're just going for it. And now they get a really easy part of their schedule, which means their entire team gets hurt because Jeffrey Simmons might be out and Bud Dupree's on IR. So, you know.
But was Bud Dupree really helping? I mean, yes, but, like, also...
Yes, he was. He was pretty much what Bud Dupree did was... he would help a lot more in the run, you know? You know what I mean? He was good on the outside run. That's what he did. And now he's gone, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know who his backup is, because that's like a rotating door. Speaking of rotating door, we have the Jaguars defense in the first half.
They played against the Colts. I'm trying to remember what happened.
I remember what happened. If you want me to just take it, you could have the next game, because I'm sure you remember that one vividly.
I mean, it was way too close. I remember that much.
All right, you're just going to take Lions Steelers next.
Do that.
So the Colts go up 20-0 or 23 or something. And then just don't score anymore in the second half until a field goal at the end of the game. What are you doing, Indy? You were supposed to be the killer of the terrible team, and you almost lost to the Jaguars. Like, what are you doing? This team sucks. Carson Wentz is still Carson Wentz. Jonathan Taylor is a monster. But I'm not, like... when Jonathan Taylor isn't averaging like 12 yards per carry, the Indianapolis offense does not move. And the Colts only won that game because Trevor Lawrence fumbled, because haha Jags. This game, and trust me, I did not want this game to go overtime, because we have the next game to talk about, the Lions and Steelers that did, and man, that was a
that was a fun one. So, yeah, The Steelers need a quarterback for the future soon. Because Big Ben isn't going to last forever. And obviously Mason Rudolph isn't going to cut it. If you can't beat Detroit, then...
Even with the backup quarterback.
Like... I don't know, that's all you could really say about it.
Hey, you know, the Steelers didn't nearly shit the bed as much as the Browns, who got murdered by the Patriots. It was just the Patriots were like, "Oh, you think you're a good team now?" Remember, like the last 20 years, Browns. Well, every other time we play each other, and they just stomped them, killed them. Mac Jones he's a smart quarterback, which I like. I did put Mac Jones as the bottom quarterback on the first round quarterbacks, but not because I said this immediately. Mac Jones is going to go to the best situation. He's going to have the best season. But it was more that he doesn't have the potential to be an elite quarterback. You know, like a top 5 quarterback. Like Trey Lance, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, all had things that Mac Jones just didn't, with arm power, agility, speed, athleticism. Mac Jones is just really smart.
Yeah, he could read defenses. He's accurate with the ball, and he's like Drew Brees, old Drew Brees.
It's you don't want to get rid of him because he's still good, but it's he's never gonna wow you. You're not gonna go out there and go, man, that's my MVP. It's not gonna happen. He doesn't air the ball out deep. I don't remember the last time I've seen a pass over 30 yards from Mac Jones. Has he had one?
I mean, you have to look at his receivers and say, can any of them really run that far?
Nelson Aguilar can run that far,
I guess.
But yeah, they pretty much run the throw the check down to slot receiver and tight end that they ran with Brady, with Hunter Henry and Jacoby Myers getting the majority of the targets. But shout out to Jacoby Myers, though. Round of applause for him for getting his first career touchdown. It took you 125 receptions, but you finally got in there.
Yeah, over 1,000 and 500 yards too.
It's really impressive how he just never got in the end zone. He's their leading rusher and just not rusher, receiver, and just never got in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Browns.
That many rushing yards and not having a touchdown though.
That'd be impressive. Yeah, but Browns, you really need to figure out why your defense only tries sometimes, and please stop sending out Baker Mayfield. Please. He's dead. Let him rest. His legs falling apart, his arms dislocated. Just let him go. Let him die.
Let him die. Let him shrivel up.
Like the Chargers against teams they should beat.
You know, the Vikings, I just kind of assumed they would blow the lead, but the Chargers managed not to make that happen. What to say about that? Chargers defense is suspicious.
Dun 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 dun. Sorry.
Anything? I mean, Asante Samuel is a rookie and he's the best player on the defense. That's not how that's supposed to work. I mean, Derwin James is alright, I guess, but yeah. If the Chargers make it past the first round of the playoffs, I think Asante Samuel Jr. probably needs to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, because there's no way anyone else on that team did anything.
I mean, Joey Bosa exists sometimes.
Sometimes.
He's also triple
T.
Because there's look at there's no interior help on that team, and I don't even know who their other edge rusher is. Is it Uchenna Nwosu still? Is he still on that team?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him get a sack. I know it's he's not all about sack. QB pressure. I've never even seen him get in the backfield. like, I feel like anytime I've ever heard his name, it's like, oh yeah! So it's,
His name's spelled weird.
yeah, NWOSU. Ooh.
Okay.
Is that not? Isn't that how you?
I have no clue, man.
Okay.
I just assumed you were spelling it right, and I'm like, that's impressive.
It's like I have no clue how Colt McCoy sucks. Actually, I already know that Colt McCoy sucks. But the Panthers killed the Cardinals. It was just no stopping him. These couldn't stop him. McCaffrey wasn't even particularly excellent. McCaffrey was good because he's Christian McCaffrey. Don't get me wrong. McCaffrey's really, really good. But the defense looked bad. And
Every
Colt
good
McCoy sucks.
team had their defense look awful this week.
Except for the Titans.
Except for the Titans and the Packers, but they had a different issue.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. That game was wild. I'll have to talk about that game. The Panthers, you won. Congratulations. You get to hold a playoff spot for a week.
Maybe two.
Yeah, it's like a prize. Which team will upset another team this week and get the 7th playoff seed and then fall back into the 25 ranks of our power rankings?
Yep.
It'd probably be the Eagles or the Broncos, if I were to guess. Probably not the Broncos, but probably the Eagles.
I mean, the Broncos did fall quite a bit.
That was transition.
They fell with the Falcons pretty much.
That was a transition, Gavin. You're supposed to talk about the game.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, the Eagles looked good against a team that was formerly leading a division.
Yeah, that division's confusing.
Everyone kind of knew the Broncos were actually good, but you think they could beat the Eagles? I mean,
I'm not sure what the Eagles are. I feel like that team's team's defense is just Darius Slay, and their offense is Devontae Smith.
I don't know. Miles Sanders was good, and then he just hasn't done anything.
That's because they don't run the ball.
Yeah.
Like
run the ball in NFL.
They literally, Eagles fans when they're at home games cheer whenever they run the ball, even if it's like a negative 2-yard game.
I mean, their O-line is aged.
And injured. Like, I'm not even sure who's starting on a week-by-week basis. Jalen Hurts, I feel like, I don't know what he is. Which is a bad thing to be, because then you end up starting for like 10 years and never doing anything. Like Andy Dalton. Or Ryan Tannehill.
Andy Dalton had a thing. He was good at losing playoff games.
I guess that's true. He was good at throwing to AJ Green and then losing in the playoffs by not his own means.
Usually Vontaze Burfict was involved.
And maybe, if not him, Madden Pac-Man Jones, and probably the mixture of the two.
All the above is the answer.
Yeah. Like against the Steelers, when they had that game locked up, and then Vontaze Burfict killed Antonio Brown. And then Pac-Man Jones, didn't he like fight a ref or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Things are weird.
Speaking of a team fighting for something, the Seahawks are fighting for an identity. Like, you have so much firepower on offense and not score. I know the Packers defense has been really, really good this year. But, what was that? You couldn't score once.
To run the football, proceeds to make injured Russ throw a lot more than he needs to throw with a broken finger. I mean, maybe it's better, but it's not healed up all the way. That is obvious. He had a terrible game.
It's his first time he's ever not scored a point in a football game.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers didn't look particularly great either. I felt like neither offense wanted to win. It's just the Seahawks offense wanted to win less and the Packers defense wanted to win more.
Yeah. I mean, AJ Dillon really carried for the Packers.
Yeah. He did. It feels like every game like this, it's just A.J. Dillon. Like last year against the Titans, where like the Titans for some reason couldn't score because it was snowing like hell. But and then A.J. Dillon just ran for like 120 yards. Like what the? He has a gift. Like Daniel Sorensen at blowing coverages, but he got a pick this week. Chiefs Raiders.
That was... The Raiders are down bad. I mean, maybe the Chiefs are up. I don't really believe it yet, even though, well, they kind of have won a bunch of games in a row. But
okay, yeah, but let's look at those games, right? They got lucky against the Giants.
Who'd they beat? Ref-balled against the Giants.
Yeah, they literally, the refs picked up Mahomes and said, "All right, bud, if you're not going to win these games, we're going to have to bring you there." I don't remember who they played last week. Actually, I think they played a decent team and beat them. Oh, they played the Packers and barely won.
Yeah.
They barely beat a team who only scored 7 points. Like, what are you doing? And then the Raiders is the first time I've actually said, congratulations, Chiefs, you outplayed another team in this, like, quote-unquote win streak. Daniel Sorensen sucks, but he got a pick this week, so Chiefs fans are probably going to say he's the next Tyrann Mathieu.
Even though he's already on your team, Chiefs.
Yeah, but I think
his defense isn't important and only offense. But
literally, they play Chris Jones at edge, which is like the opposite of what you should like. If you play him inside, he's just so much better inside. But I know you have like 50 defensive tackles, but like he doesn't need to play out there. Tyrann Mathieu is the best player on that defense right now because they don't use Chris Jones properly by far, and it's not even close. For some reason, they just think that putting Juan Thornhill in the game is like a sin because I guess he can't tackle. So they're like, we need Daniel Sorensen in because he can tackle, but he's going to give up 15 touchdowns. He sucks. I'm not going to excuse Mahomes because Mahomes is still throwing a lot of picks, and he should have thrown more. Because he was making some stupid throws and threw some terrible balls. But the Raiders just suck defensively. Like you'd think the Rams against the Niners. What are you doing, Rams? Primetime's not that scary.
It is.
Like, I think you have Kirk Cousins under center at that point. I mean, they
beat the Bears in primetime. I think Kirk Cousins did that.
I think he did that too, actually. I mean, maybe that's just a thing. Maybe Matt Stafford is Kirk Cousins. Have I ever seen them playing in the same window? I don't think so. They have, but yeah. Like I've never seen him in the same game. Maybe he can clone himself. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen them together.
I mean,
I feel like he's always injured when he played the Vikings when they played against each other, just saying.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins said he'd die rather than get the vaccine. And Matt Stafford's wife is like, Detroit's a prison,
But the Niners outplayed the Rams in every facet. Like, they played better defense. This was the week of disappointing teams playing up to what they were supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Like
the Vikings, the Dolphins, the Niners. The Rams went for a really stupid fake field goal. Like, what are you doing there? That was terrible. That was almost on par with the Thanksgiving game last year between the Cowboys and the football team. I don't remember this, but like Mike McCarthy faked it on a 4th and 20. Yeah, the 4th and 20 end around.
Yeah.
Like, well,
I just lost one game the same. We lost all our placement games yesterday.
Great. Speaking of teams that should probably just end something, we have the Falcons and the Patriots. I already kind of talked about it, but
I need to talk about it again.
Man, Falcons. The hell are you doing? All right. First game up we have Saints Eagles. Who's winning this 2011 playoffs game? I don't know. My brain says Saints, but my heart says Eagles. You know?
Is Alvin Kamara back? I think he is.
I think so. I think Alvin Kamara was out with COVID last week, I believe.
Okay. Alvin Kamara back, I believe this is.
I'm gonna agree for now. Next we have Dolphins Jets, and I don't care who's starting at quarterback for the Dolphins, they win. I hope.
To play, I don't see Joe Flacco beating the Dolphins if they keep their defense safe last week.
Yeah, they just have to blitz the hell out of Joe Flacco. And he ain't even moving like Lamar.
Yeah.
Football team Panthers. I don't know. I think I'm going to pick Panthers, but my heart still says football team.
Without Chase Young, it's hard for me to see the football team defense doing anything. Granted, I'm not sure if the Panthers offense will do anything. It's going to be a big game of, do you want to play football?
Next will be Colts Bills. Man, it'd be really funny if the Bills lost to the Colts. Because then they lose to the Jags, the Colts, and the Titans. I think they already beat the Texans, right?
They beat the Texans.
Ah, damn. But losing to 3 out of the 4 AFC South teams is kind of embarrassing. But I have the Bills.
I got Bills, yeah.
Lions, Browns. I can see the Lions winning this game somehow. I'm going to go with the Browns, even if Case Keenum starts.
Yeah.
David Blau against Case Keenum. Matchup of not Tim Boyle. Sorry, we were talking about David Blau earlier. Tim Boyle against Case Keenum. Hey man, you know. Niners Jaguars. I have Niners. This also seems like a game the Niners would lose. They seem to lose them this year. You know.
I'll believe in them.
For now. Texans at Titans. I have Titans, even though the entire team's hurt. Please beat the Texans.
I'm starting the Titans defense over the Bucks defense at the moment. Should I change that?
I don't know. The Texans offense kind of sucks anyway. Oh, your own discretion. Packers Vikings. This also seems like a game the Packers would lose.
Anthony Barr against Aaron Rodgers. I like it.
Vikings?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
All right, bro, same. Ravens, Bears, Ravens.
Ravens, yeah.
Bengals, Raiders. I have the Bengals, but I don't trust them. You know?
I have the Bengals, and I have 100% faith that they will definitely not blow this game.
Cardinals, Seahawks. Kyler's probably starting this week, so that's good for you.
I don't think he is actually.
Oh. Well then, Seahawks. I don't know. If Kyler starts, Cardinals. If Kyler doesn't, Seahawks.
No, even if he doesn't start, I think this Seahawks still lose this game. I think.
Okay, well, all right.
The offense was awful last week. I mean,
Cowboys, Chiefs. For some reason, in my head, when I looked at this game, I thought it was like the last year Cowboys, and I was like, the Chiefs are going to smoke them. And I was like, no, I think the Cowboys will probably win.
I think the Cowboys winning game.
Steelers, Chargers. The Chargers.
Yeah.
But this is also a game the Chargers would. This is
This is one of those games.
Giants, Bucks. The Giants haven't embarrassed Tom Brady in a while, so I'm gonna pick the Giants.
Yeah, that's kind of the reason why I'm afraid to start any player for the Bucks this week.
And then we get to do a triple header for Thursday night.
Oh, let's go.
Bears, Lions. I have the Bears.
That's a rough one.
Yeah, I know. But I think Justin Fields will be like, I get to eat turkey if I win.
True, yeah. Yeah.
Man, who let the Raiders on Thursday?
Raiders, Cowboys?
Yeah, Cowboys.
Yeah.
Bills, Saints, Bills.
You know, they're a good representation of the Pilgrims.
All dead?
Yeah.
I think you're talking about more of like the first U.S. colony. Or the first, not the first U.S. colony, the first British colony in the U.S. How they just kind of left them and they all disappeared.
Yeah, Roanoke. Or whatever. I think
Yeah.
it's Roanoke.
Anyway, enough with history.
That's hard.
Alright, predictions. Evens or I'm taking odds.
What? Predictions.
Nah, power rankings. Shut up. Leave me alone. I just.
Wait, hold up. Isn't there a third Thursday night game?
I'd rather do players of the week. We already did all three. Bills Saints.
Oh, okay. I didn't respond to that, but yeah, I think yeah. My
Bills.
answer is yeah.
I'd rather do my players of the week.
Just come up with them on the spot. I got Robert Hunt is definitely player of the week in my opinion.
No, we already gave the Tua for that game last week. I remember that. Can I give someone an anti-player of the week?
Sure.
So I'm gonna give that to Colt McCoy.
Oh man, so he wins player of the week and then anti-player of the week. That's a rough one.
Hey man, we gotta win games, man.
I'm trying to get
No,
better.
actually, I do have normal players of the week. I have Taylor Heineke. Wasn't there a corner that was really good this week that I don't remember his name? There's always at least one. And I feel like defensively, this was like no one in the NFC this week.
I mean,
Who did
Jamal Adams had a pick.
No. I'm not letting Jamal Adams get one just because he had a pick.
That's impressive stat line.
For only him.
And Daniel Swanson and Kevin King.
Yeah. Fuck's sake. Who got the pick on the Panthers?
We got the pick on the Panthers.
Was it Jeremy Chin?
I don't think so.
No, never mind. I'm giving it to J.C. Jackson. That's on the AFC,
Yeah.
but J.C. Jackson for the AFC. And offensive for the AFC, of course, it's going to go to Adrian Peterson. No, that's probably just going to go to Josh Allen. You can have
Josh
it.
Allen did play good. I don't know if he played good enough to deserve your player of the week, though.
Yeah, but he played good enough to beat the Jets. Without
Okay.
them, I'm not sure they beat the Jets. I don't know if Mitch Trubisky can pull that off.
What if Mitch Trubisky's just a better quarterback?
I don't know. He has scored a touchdown this year, I think, right?
Yeah,
I think he's thrown less picks, too.
true.
Just saying. And then it's NFC Defensive Player of the Week is just I can't. No one's up there. Hold on, let me slip. Oh, Darius Slay. that one took me a while. He allowed one catch for -2 yards and had a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Personally, I'd like to go with Trey Flowers for NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He allowed the Lions to not lose a game, and for that we are grateful.
I only give it to teams who win.
Well,
And
that's
sure.
too bad.
Sure, the Lions haven't lost in 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah.
But all right, now we're on to the power rankings. Now that I've done the segment that I completely forgot existed until right now.
All right. You start.
No, I want odds.
Too bad. You start.
No, I want odds. Give me odds.
All right. Texans. Bad. They didn't play last week, but still bad.
Lions, lose 2 weeks in a row. Smile.
Jets. Mike White got benched. Bad.
You should have gone down to 32 for that. Jags, suck. Period.
Dolphins haven't played since the last one, so they get to stay here at 28. Next.
Football team go up, but beat Buccaneers. Taylor Heineke good at football, only against Buccaneers.
There's something going on there. We just can't figure it out. Falcons suck, but they might still be in the playoffs. So
They really blew a lead on the power rankings, huh?
they did blow me on the power rankings.
They went up like
Yeah.
12 spots in a week and then dropped like 14.
Yeah. They dropped 11 spots.
Next we have the Broncos, who also just suck. Can't play offense. No offense needed.
Got the Bears at 24. They were all signed by, and they just stay here at 24 no matter what. So yeah.
Yes, sir. And then next we have the Giants, who I think were they by?
I can't think of their games, so I'm gonna go with yes.
No, they beat the Raiders. No, they did beat the Raiders last. They were definitely on bye. No, they were definitely on bye. Because yeah, there's no way they played the team, right?
Yeah. All right, Eagles are here next. They also did not move, but
They got their one move of the year. They moved last week, and that's the only time they get to move. Next we have the Colts, who barely beat the Jags, so you go down now.
Seahawks didn't score, just like how they didn't move on the power rankings. So
0 for 0. That's how that works.
0. Yeah.
Remember, if you don't lose, you don't. If you don't score any points, you don't go down. Panthers. Panthers beat Cardinals. Granted, Cardinals had no players, but Cam Newton is back.
They might have gone up a bit too much, just like the Niners went up a bit too much. But, you know, winning games against good teams tends to make you go up a lot.
Recency
Just
bias is a
fall
powerful tool.
Quite a bit.
Speaking of a team that I feel like it just kind of lingered in their same spot, but slowly going down with each time they lose and then win a game. It's the Vikings who beat the Chargers. Congratulations, you did something.
The Raiders are quickly falling. They were in the top 10 like 3 weeks ago. And they're just continuing on their downfall as more and more players disappear. And yeah.
Next we have the Steelers, who tied with the Lions. But I think they're still... No, they're not winning their division because Ravens have 6 games. Whatever.
They're last in the division on the power rankings. They may be in the top half of the league, but that doesn't matter.
I think there's just a bunch of NFC teams below them, though.
We don't need to talk about that. Alright, we got the Bengals next. They move up on their bye week because good teams play bad.
And bad teams play good.
They'll probably lose, so does it really matter? Yeah.
Next we have the Saints, and I made the power rankings 1 week. And you got in the top 10 Saints, and then you could have stayed there. You could have no, you're probably not going to get back in unless Gavin makes me do this again. You're probably not getting back in. Sorry, Saints.
All right.
I missed the Browns.
Skip the Browns
Because they don't matter. Yeah, do the Browns and then I'll. Sorry, I forgot about the Browns. Like how the Browns forgot to play this week.
Well, they also forgot that COVID exists, so we'll let all the running backs get it. But, yeah, Bill Belichick is like, oh, it's the Browns. And, like, he actually realizes that the Browns are just the Browns. I'm like, Juju, who then loses the Browns. But
Alright, now we're on to the Chiefs, who aren't allowed in the top 10.
no.
Period.
Alright, the Chargers are here. They lost to the Vikings, but guess what? You get to stay in the top 10 because I refuse to put the Chiefs up there.
Yeah! Speaking of a team that doesn't move because they haven't played since last time we did this, you have the Ravens. Somehow you didn't go up, even though other teams... I think other teams just jumped. Actually, I think the top 8 is all the same. Like, not like orderly,
Yeah.
just same teams.
Well, same team. Actually, no, it's not. There's one different team up there.
Oh, the Saints came in, the Pats came in, and the Saints came out.
Yeah. The Rams are down bad. They lost to an injured Titans team and a slightly injured Niners team 2 weeks in a row, and proceeded to not score points. And offense runs the league. So Stafford, get your game together. We thought you were going to be MVP. What's going on?
Next we have the Pats, who are killing teams now. I guess they've given up on simply. They lost to Brady one time, and they decided I shall take this out on the rest of the NFL, and have since decided they want to kill everyone.
Right above them is the 2019 Brady's, and we got many stars on this team that refuse to play football and make fake COVID cards.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah.
That must have been one sick vaccine card, though. If I'm gonna be honest,
the NFL multiple times. Let's go.
Yeah, got past the team, got past the NFL. I think that's
Cook, though. That Cook is probably
he's
position, but
I think he's definitely lying because Antonio Brown owes him money, which I believe. So he's probably like, how do I get him to pay me? Fake shit.
But at the same time, it's CT Antonio Brown.
It's definitely possible. Speaking of teams you can't trust, next we have the Cowboys. You get blown out by the Broncos, and then you blow out the Falcons. Cool.
Both teams went down by quite a bit this week, so... But you got to go up, so deal with it. Bills actually moved into the top 10, too. They were 11 last week. Who else did I move out? The Browns. The Browns are up here.
Oh. I kind of forgot about them again.
You're having a hard time there, huh?
Yeah, Browns just... like the Cards offense this week. Bad. No DeAndre Hopkins or Kyler Murray equal bad. Who knew?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers didn't really show up either, but guess what? Who needs to have an offense if your defense just shuts down Russell Wilson? Yeah, who needs to score points? Not us.
Is this what it's like, Evan? It's so nice just being at the top. It's definitely gonna happen. Every time we put a team at number one, they immediately lose.
They're a really bad team.
It's every week. Bills lost to the Titans, Cards lost to the Packers, and then they lost to the Panthers. Who else has been number one? The Bucks. They lost to the Rams, I think.
Yeah, Bucks lost to the Rams, and then they got up there again, and they lost to the Saints.
I think the Rams lost to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
It's a tradition.
We also gotta start throwing up teams that we don't want to win, you know?
Alright, so next week, you're going to be seeing... Actually, every week from now on, you're going to be seeing the Indianapolis Colts as number... They just never win again. Titans are probably, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like they're gonna lose. Their entire team's injured. Literally everyone. Why can't they have more than 2 players at a time? I don't know. How is Tannehill, out of all people, the one... I shouldn't have said anything. Alright, Chatmendy saying peace. You heard nothing.